Hi, I've just come back from my jog and I live near a school, and on my way back I was passing lots of parents taking their kids to school, and I overheard a conversation from a man to his child saying at the top of his voice, "If you do that one more time you'll regret it." And I thought to myself, I wonder if he would say that to someone his own age, and I wonder if he would say that if he was feeling calm. And I wonder if he'll regret saying that to his child, because his child is smaller than him and he's the one, the father is in control and he's the adult and he's the powerful one and the child is the powerless one. And to be spoken to like that must be really upsetting for the child. And I'm not saying that in a judgmental way, because I know that we all lose it with our children sometimes, because our children tend to push us to the limit, and the way that we live in our culture doesn't help when we're so busy all the time and we have so many pressures on us, and then our children are needing this and wanting this and asking us and not giving us a moment to ourselves, that we just snap and we use that kind of language with them. And then of course that leads to feeling guilty. And guilt is something that is one of the strongest emotions that I've noticed that mums express when they work with me. When I did my 30-day challenge, I asked mums to rate on a scale from 0 to 10 the strongest emotions, and guilt was right up there with overwhelm and stress. So it really is a problem. And last night I had the pleasure of running a little online workshop for mums, and we just did some tapping with them all, and all of them could relate to the feelings of guilt. Things like not behaving nicely to their children and then regretting it, or not spending enough time with their children and then regretting it, or not taking care of their health, and then of course the whole family can suffer as a result. So taking responsibility for your own feelings is so important, and it's so easy with EFT, because literally just a couple of rounds of EFT with each of them and they were releasing their feelings of guilt, and they all felt much lighter when we finished the tapping together. So, for example, in this child that I saw being spoken to today, you know, you'll regret it if you... Hi Helen, lovely to see you. So if you were that little child and you heard someone say to you, if you do that one more time you'll regret it, what do you think the child would be feeling? What they might be feeling utterly terrified and just wanting to constantly please their father, their parents, and just keep trying to do the right thing. Or maybe they create this behaviour of being really, really nice the whole time so that they won't upset their parents, so that they won't trigger that anger from their parents. And then of course they take that into adulthood of always wanting to smooth everything over, to keep the peace, to keep the calm. Or it could go the other way. It could be that when the child hears that, they'll just say, "I'm going to show you, Dad, I'm not listening to you." And they could like really push the dad's buttons even further and then become like a real rebel and angry, a lot of anger, and get into trouble. And then as an adult also possibly get into trouble. So then that child grows up and becomes a parent, possibly, of themselves, and they might say to themselves, "I definitely don't want to behave the way my parent behaved with me. I don't want to say that thing. I don't want to say, if you do that one more time, you'll regret it." And then suddenly they hear those words coming out of their mouths, and they say the one thing that they vowed never to say to their children. And then of course all the guilt increases even further. So why does that happen? Why is it that when we're parented in a certain way and then we try and do the opposite, we end up doing the same? So in my opinion, the reason is because we're still parenting from pain. So if we've had that kind of parenting and we're trying to overcompensate in the opposite direction, then we're still parenting from pain, and the children will pick up on that. So what is the solution to this? Well, of course it is EFT, as you know, because that's what I'm talking about. But it's more specifically than just EFT. It's actually going back to your own childhood memories of when you remember upsetting memories of feeling neglected or not heard or not seen, or being reprimanded or being treated unfairly, and literally tapping through to absolutely release all the feelings associated with those memories. And it's really easy to do. We started doing that last night for the mums who were there, and by the end of the session they could look back on those memories and they felt much calmer about them. And of course there's more work to be done. It doesn't mean you've sorted out one memory and then it's finished, because it's a whole childhood of patterns that have been created. So it takes a little bit more than just 5 minutes of tapping, but it can be done. And when it is done, you will start parenting from a completely different place. Of course, we're all parenting from a place of love, but we won't be parenting with pain mixed with love. We'll just be parenting from that place of love, and we'll be making new decisions and choices in our parenting, and we'll have different feelings, and we'll have a stronger connection with our children. So last night the tapping session was brilliant, and if you would be interested in doing another group tapping session, then do comment in the comments below, and I'd love to set one up if there are enough people to run another one. And if you want one-to-one sessions, obviously we can work more deeply and thoroughly and quickly through these kinds of issues. Again, just comment or look on my website tamaradon.com and book some sessions. In the meantime, have an amazing day and fill your children with love. Bye.